probably going to be recording on the Church of Scientology, if you can call it that. And basically what it is and how it works, and basically just give a more because I a clear explanation of what it all is. So let's get right into it. So to get some background, my dad, I don't want to say names, but my dad and his wife are high-ranking Scientologists, as in all the way at the top, live at the base of Scientology, things of that nature. So I've seen it all from a very young age, from like 5 years old. So I just wanted to spread some awareness from a non-Scientologist perspective to general society. This is how it looks because this is what it is. But I want to give the things that they hide some visibility. So, what is Scientology? So Scientology, much like the former Latter Day Saints of, I don't remember what it said, the Mormon Church, is a very powerful organized religion based on the manipulation and coercion of people, anyone. They believe that humanity is doomed, much like many cults, and that Scientology is the only cure. So I don't know if things are falling into place. But I think a big differentiating factor and the reason why awareness needs to be made is that unlike most cults, Scientology is not free. In order to go, quote unquote, up the bridge, as they call it, can cost someone upwards of $1 million. And I don't even know the exact number. It's probably more, um, realistically, but uh, that's how it works. And much like a pyramid scheme, they have people who, if you recruit someone and they like use your referral, basically, you get a percentage of all the money that they spend within Scientology. So there's a big incentive to get your friends and family, and to go up the bridge, as they call it. And not only get them in the church, but to motivate them to, like, go all the way to the top, because then you get a cut along with it. So, let's go on to some of the recruiting tactics. So they employ a large number of coercive and manipulative recruiting tactics. So they believe that anyone who's not willing to join the church is an enemy, and therefore is fair. This is their language: fair game to be lied to, tricked, or coerced. So they just aggressively lie. Basically, that's their thinking, is that, and it's okay because they're the good ones and everyone else is the bad ones, if that makes sense. So they use their millions of dollars to silence and subdue not only critics of Scientology, but ex-members who try to leave the church. And I have firsthand experience of this. They sent me so much mail. I had to argue with them to get me to stop sending them mail and all this nonsense. They finally stopped. So, what is auditing? So, auditing is Scientology counseling, which is done with an e-meter, which is what they call it, which is this machine right here. So, an e-meter is a device which measures the electrical pulses in your body and provides a reading, which comes up right here, to the person controlling it. So it's effectively a lie detector. It's basically like a polygraph machine. So during a session, an auditor will ask you specific questions for whatever course that you're taking, and then look to see how you respond on the e-meter. And these sessions can cost upwards of $250 an hour. So they'll ask you something like they ask very strange, random questions. They like to seem mysterious. And to see if you're telling the truth, essentially, is what they're looking for. So um, it is effectively brainwashing. So how it works is at the lower end of the bridge, which let me pull up the bridge. This is these. Let me make it bigger. This is the Scientology bridge. So these courses. Let me zoom out a little. These courses at the bottom are for like the general public. So these ones are these, yeah, these ones are life improvement course. All of these ones are like 50 to $100. So this is basically how they get you. At the end of these courses, you have to go to ethics, which is what they call it, and do a short session with like a higher ranking auditor, where they basically ask you if you truly understand and believe what you read. And what they're looking for on the e-meter, which is this lie detector, is if you believe that you're telling the truth, right? So if you don't, then you have to go back in the course room and do more drills. And basically, it's like you already paid money, and all your friends know, all your family know. They think it's kind of weird, but it's like, I just want to pass this one course and then maybe I can be done with it, right? So this is how they get you. Um, so as you go up the bridge, the courses become more and more expensive. So then this one, the purification rundown, this is like the first big one where you start actually doing like more and more auditing and like more actual Scientology stuff. And I don't know how much it costs, but probably at least 2,500, maybe close to $10,000 would not be a surprising number to me. So within this one, Purif, as they call it, what they do is they give you excessive doses of vitamins, like very random, like non. These people are not doctors. They'll just tell you to take this, take that, and then they'll read your reading on the e-meter and be like, okay, you're good, basically. And then you go sit in the sauna for 4 hours. I'm not exaggerating, 4 entire hours every day for sorry, it's kind of cold. Why my voice sounds weird, but um every day for I don't know how long, but it's not safe. It's a very medically unsafe rundown, as they call it, purification. But at the end of this purification rundown, you have to sit at the in ethics with all these people staring at you who think act like they know something, right? And hold these meters, and you have to be telling the truth, otherwise you can't pass, right? And that's why you're here, right? Because you want to pass. So, um, you have a big incentive to want to believe whatever they're telling you because you just want to get it over with. And as you go up the bridge, because these courses become more and more expensive, you become somewhat more isolated from your friends and family because they're like, what is this? Why are you spending so much money on this? I think those people are kind of weird, things like that. But as you spend more and more money, so um, this is clear. So this is their like apex. You are like a healthy human being. Until you've reached this level, like there's something wrong with you, basically. And then from there, you have your solo courses. My dad's done all of these. I remember when he did them all. But and then you have your OT levels, as they call it. So I think as of right now, it's OT8 is the last one. So, kind of covered all of this already, but yeah. So basically, the only way to pass is if you take their test that says you truly believe it. If you don't, then you don't pass. So in that way, it's brainwashing because so yeah. And also, these people have armed guards. They're staring you right in the eyes. That's what they do. They call it TRs. Just stare at you like without blink. Like it's scary. It's very strange, and it makes you uncomfortable. And they do it on purpose because this is what they believe. It's like they want to make random people uncomfortable enough that they're like, don't you want to be like us, basically. And then once you're in, then you want to do it to other people because you want them to be part of the cause, basically, because you've already, now you're weird, you know. um so moving on, L. Ron Hubbard is their is the creator of Scientology and their idol. So they have pictures of him in every room. It's like a must. You have to like pray to him, basically. So a little bit of background about him, how this all started is he was a science fiction writer who he realized that people would pay money to read his, his drunken thoughts, basically, which is what writing is. A lot of very famous writers just sat around drinking and writing, and I mean, nothing wrong with that, but when you start to use it to basically, anyways, so this little fun tidbit of information. One of his wives, while L. Ron Hubbard was doing his quote unquote research for the OT3 level, um, was that he told her he was drinking and popping pinks and grays, which refers to, I think, pinks is Adderall, I think, and grays is probably, I don't know, Vicodin or something. I don't know. Anyways, he was on a boat drinking on drugs and has all these people around him worshiping him, and he's doing quote unquote research, aka trying to figure out how to get people to pay him more money while actually accomplishing nothing. Because what it is these courses have all these random weird things that you have to believe in order to pass, and they'll verify that using their cans. And so as you go, so these are the auditors. So this is the person side and this is the auditor side. So if you're at this level on the auditor side, you can train a person on this level to that level. I'm not, this is why they try to silence ex members, because my dad told me all of this stuff and now I'm telling the world. So thanks, Dad. So um moving on. So in the city of Clearwater, Florida, which is their home base, at least 10% of the entire population of the city is Scientologists. The church also uses its religious tax exemption and significant wealth to buy up real estate to avoid paying taxes, and also to send a message that they own the city and that they're building a utopia, much like the FLDS in Utah. Um, and they even have Scientology pictures, they own the city effectively. So with that, another thing. So this ties into that. Scientology is very extremely against modern medicine. They treat serious illnesses with things like quote unquote assists, such as a contact assist. So if you were to break a bone by say someone hit you with a baseball bat and your shoulder broke, they would touch the baseball bat to your shoulder very lightly and they'd be like, does that hurt? And you say yes, and then they'll just keep doing it over and over, basically, until you say like, okay, it's fine now. And they call that the reactive mind. Um so anyways, in addition to that, they believe that psychiatry is I missed the word, alien force. Oh, is a force brought forth by aliens to destroy humanity. So as you go up the bridge, they teach you more and more crazy things, and you have to believe it with the, because they test it with the cans. So um, with that, Scientology has been involved in the cover up of countless murders, sexual assaults, and other extremely heinous crimes. So, like Danny Masterson, they've, well, basically, if the person who's been sexually assaulted is in the church, they'll use their auditing and whatever to try to get them to stay quiet. because it would look bad for the church, basically, to have a high-ranking member be arrested, basically. So they do everything. Everything is image to them. Um, so they also have denied people a lot of seriously legitimate medical treatment, which led to several documented deaths. So this one is an interesting one. There's a lot. I have more, but this one, this guy was found dead from a quote unquote self inflicted gunshot wound after his dad took his Lexapro and put it in his car trunk. And then the story, what I've heard is that he tried to get it and then suddenly was found dead from a self inflicted gunshot wound. And the thing is because they have so much power and money over the and control over the Clearwater police. Um, yeah, they can kind of get away with these things. Um, so here are a couple, some more. This Lisa McPherson, probably sorry if I said it wrong. Was in a traffic accident, and then she was taken because they took her to the church instead of taking her to an actual hospital. And then they found her dead because she was on psychiatric medication. So rather than even they basically tortured and murdered her because she took psychiatric meds. Um, Another one: a woman was murdered by her schizophrenic son who had been taken off his psychiatric medication. Son was told to take vitamins instead of psychiatric drugs. It's a very common thing that they say. Just take vitamins. This mother of a man. I'm not gonna read all of these. If you want to do more research as to there's so many things, and honestly, it's hard for me to talk about because it's somewhat traumatic. People are crazy. um, so that's basically it for now. I guess the final message is Scientology is a very evil, coercive, powerful organization, and they should be fined and sued for several human rights violations, such as child labor, um, countless other ones. I can't think of the rest, but that's basically it for now.